Hello everyone. Good morning. Okay, tell me about your setup. It's completed, Java setup. How to add Selenium jar and how to start writing the code. I mean, just one statement to create a browser session. Have you tried this? Yes? Anyone? See, because in the last session we discussed about interface. Okay, so just please go through one more time recording because that example is very, very important. So we discuss about interface, right? How we can simply implement interface method in the child class. And we discuss a very important topic like how to achieve multiple inheritance, in fact, hybrid inheritance in Java. And then I have started with the Selenium part. Okay. So Selenium WebDriver, it is one of the API through which you can test web UI of automation. Okay. Or any kind of application. So the point is technically it is an interface only. So whenever all the method of that interface, if you wanted to access, you need to first, okay, create a object of that parent. But we know the rule. Interface object is not possible, right? So we need a child class here. And that's the reason we have written this statement. WebDriver driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Whatever browser you wanted to launch, Selenium developers, they have provided for each and every browser separate child class. So Chrome driver is one of the class. Then Firefox is one of the class, Firefox driver, and Edge driver. That is also one of the class. And with respect to that driver, you are able to open that application, I mean browser. So this is the first line of your code automation script which you need to write. Okay, but this is just about Java setup. We have just added, okay, we created new project and we have added this reference library. Today I will be showing you what is Maven project, where you will see the local repository, what is remote repository, how to add any dependency into Maven project. So in real time, we need a Maven project setup only. Okay. So guys, very first, if you want, you can do with me, no problem at all. So I discussed few points like what is Maven. So Maven is one of the very popular build and project management tool. Okay, Maven has one heart. We can say pom.xml file, which is very important file. In technical word, we can call it as it's a configuration file where you can do your project setup. And then POM stand for project object model. Okay. So here in the POM, we can add our Selenium dependency. Dependency is nothing but library, executable file. Again, you can say and inside the project, okay, inside the pom.xml, you need to add this dependencies tag. And in between that tag, opening and closing, you can add your dependency. Okay. Then guys, Maven project has two types of repository. One is a local, another one is a remote repository. Maven is developed by Apache Foundation. Okay, that's the reason we have this remote repository available. There you will get all the related dependencies, whatever you want for a development or maybe for testing. Okay, everything is available. And again, there are two ways to create a Maven project. Today we will see the simple project. Then whenever we will start with framework designing part, I will be showing you a Maven with archetype where you can just create architecture base or framework base your project. Okay. So how to create a Maven project? First of all, everyone, you need to click on file. Under file, okay, if you are using latest Eclipse, there might be possibility immediately here itself you will get option Maven project. Otherwise, you need to come to the new. Okay, you can check it out under new. If there is a Maven project, you can directly create. I'm using older Eclipse. That's the reason I just need to come to this project folder. Okay, when you open project, inside that you will able to see little bit scroll down and here you will able to see Maven. Okay. In your case, you might able to see this option directly, Maven project. So we need to create this project. Click on Maven project and just click on next. Okay. When you come to this, it will ask you like you wanted to create a simple project without any archetype. Archetype is architecture base. Okay. So you can see I'm having this option. Create a simple project. Skip archetype selection. Or if you wanted to create a project like a archetype, then you will be using this third option. For now, we are going to follow this first option, right? We are just going to create a simple Maven project. So you need to click on this checkbox and then you need to just click on next. Here you will get this window where you can add your project name. So guys, there are two things. Under artifact, you can see group ID and artifact ID. Now, what is these two fields? In general, group ID represent organization name, right? So example, this project you are designing for which organization, right? That organization name you can write. For now, you can write any dummy name, that is fine. Okay. Then artifact ID always represent your project name. So example, suppose in my case, suppose I'm writing in this manner. Okay. Base IT Tech. Okay. That's my company name. And artifact ID I'm writing, this is what? Maven project, right? So I'm just writing Maven Selenium. That's it. This is my project name. For now, in your case, you can write same group ID, same project name, doesn't matter. So if you wanted to write Maven Selenium in both the cases, you can write. Name can be anything. But general meaning is what? Group ID represent company name, organization name, and artifact ID always represent the project. Then no need to fill up other things. Just give a name and click on finish. And your project will be ready. So it's very simple, okay? But structure for Java project and Maven project, both are different. Now see, it is you are able to see M. M stand for Maven, right? MJ. So this is Maven Java project. If I expand it, okay, see how many, package structure you are getting. There are 4 packages folder you can see, 2 based on SRC main Java, SRC main resources. If you remember, I told you, Maven project, this complete framework, it is actually followed by developer tester both. So whenever there is a development, they will follow these 2 folder. SRC main Java to write a code, SRC main resources to maintain documentation. Similarly, SRC test Java and test resource we are following. So whatever test cases for Selenium you will be writing, that should be the part of SRC test Java. Okay. So these are what basic packages. Then JRE system you can see. After that, you can see here pom.xml file. This is our main configuration file, right? Uh, okay. Just a minute. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, Priyanka. Yes. So I think Rushikesh connected. Okay, great. Fine. So actually, I didn't get that sign, admit sign. That's the reason I was not aware. Fine.
Okay, sir, no problem. Thank you.
Okay. Now you can see this is how you can create a Maven project, right? And as I told you, SRC test Java where you can add your test cases. And now let's have a look. What is this form.xml file? Guys, mainly you should not have any error in this. Okay. If anybody able to see any kind of error, immediately you can ask to me. Okay. How to resolve. Generally, this is our basic pom.xml file. You can see the structure. Opening tab, this is project, and this is closing tab. In between this, we can add certain plugins, certain dependencies, whatever you need for your project. For now, we are not going to discuss any plugin. Plugin we needed whenever I will cover the topic how to execute a project through Maven. For now, we are understanding test case writing. For that reason, you can just add here dependency. But as I told you, you can't directly copy paste and add. You need dependencies tag. For that reason, just write your angular bracket. Just start writing dependencies. You can see you will get direct option. Okay. Let me select dependencies and now you can see the structure. This is opening tag and this is closing tag. Correct? In between this, we can add our dependency. So this is my Maven project. Now, how to add a dependency? So we need to come to that official website, which is provided by the Apache. So what you can do, just come to the Google and you need to write Maven dependencies. Okay. Or if you just search for MVN repository, that is also fine. Suppose I'm searching for MVN repository. And this is the mvnrepository.com official site you can see. When you come to this, okay, you will get this particular site and there you can search for your required dependency. Now we need Java and I mean Selenium along with Java. So just search for Selenium Java. That's the name of our dependency. When you search for Selenium Java, the first dependency you can see Selenium Java official or the website is what? seleniumhq.selenium. Let me tell you. Now they have replaced this Selenium HQ with OpenQA, okay, this particular domain. Remember. So previously it was Selenium HQ, but now it is OpenQA. So whatever classes you are importing, that is from the OpenQA package. Okay. So guys, this is what the Selenium dependency you need to click, and please have a look. When you click, all the latest dependency you can see here. In fact, if you scroll down this page, guys, Selenium started on which date? In fact, all these points, okay, how many dependencies and all they have added, everything is available here. You can see from 2011, all the documentation available here. Okay, these are the versions. And what is the latest one? Latest one you can see 4.21.1. It is released on January 23. Okay, means in this month only. So you can use any stable version. Latest version also you can use. You can use older version also. Doesn't matter. For now, I will be taking this latest version. So you just need to click, and there you can see if you can expand this. I mean, scroll down. Here you can see that Maven dependency. Okay. See, Selenium, we can write a script in different programming languages with different framework. So it is coming here, right? Gradle also available. In fact, okay, SBT and all, if you just click, you can see every separate library you will be able to observe here. We are learning Maven. So just click on the Maven, and this is what our main dependency. Now you can copy, right? And then we can come back to Eclipse. And inside the dependency, just add. Just to make it inline, use shortcut key Control Shift and F, and then you can save it. Okay. Whenever you update your anything into Maven project, you need to save the project. Okay. Now please have a look. As I told you, group ID represent organization name. So it is all about org selenium hq.selenium. And artifact ID represent the project name. And what project it is? Selenium Java. Got it? This is the version 4.21.1 which we are using. What is the main beauty of this Maven project? You know what happened? Like why there is Maven very popular? Let me help you with the difference. Okay? Just have a look. If you create normal Java project, okay? And let's talk about Maven project. What is the difference? So if you create a Java project, inside your project, you will be adding all the jar file. Agree? We need to add only jar files. Let's say today we are learning Selenium. So yesterday we have seen how to add a Selenium jar. Now just consider we have added 4.28.0. Okay, that dependency version. Tomorrow, let's say when we start with our unit testing framework, we will be adding testing dependency. I mean testing jar. And testing jar, you can take any version. Currently, I'm taking 7.7. Okay. Then somewhere in the future classes, we will be learning Apache POI. Correct? So that dependency also we are adding. We are learning, suppose, reporting strategies. And that dependency also, I mean, jar file also we are adding. But what happened in Java project? You have added all the dependencies, I mean, all the libraries, but tomorrow you wanted to update it. How you can update this version? Let's say now Selenium latest version is 29. I wanted to update older version with this latest version. What is the step in Java project? In Java project, there is no direct replacement possible. You need to delete the previous dependency, I mean previous jar. You need to delete it completely from the project. Then you need to attach this new jar inside your project. So it's like a hardcore task, right? Manually, we need to update our project dependencies or that jar file. And that is the problem with Java project, right? In fact, internally, whatever you are so saving that, okay, all the libraries, these are related to project only. That will not store directly in your machine. But what is the beauty of Maven project? In Maven project, let's say this is your Eclipse and this is our pom.xml file. Whatever you store inside this pom.xml file, it will be stored into local repository. Agree? So we discussed now .m2 folder, which is a local repo. There you will get this all dependency. Best part is now we have remote repository where all the dependencies are available. You need to download only one time and internet is required only one time. Clear? Example, whatever Selenium, TestNG, Apache PY, whatever dependencies you needed for your project, you can add those dependencies inside the pom.xml file. Let's say same example. Today I'm using 4.20 I wanted to update this version. So is it again I need to delete this? I need to download new one? No guys. You can directly come to the pom.xml. You can just replace this version number with your expected. So example I'm writing 28 or 29.0. That's it. So you don't need to download that artifact again and again. Once you have downloaded, now whatever word update you needed, right, for your project, that dependency you can directly update. But in plain Java project, every time you want something new, delete the previous one, replace the new one. This is the way. But in Maven project, only one time you will be attaching from that remote here, and then you can replace if you wanted to update anything. So update is quite simple. In fact, Maven provides lot of facilities where you can run your complete Maven project. Basically, it is a build management tool. So we are able to design our executable build also. That's the responsibility of a developer. But that is also possible through the Maven. In fact, in Maven, when you attach plugins, as I told you, right, plugins we will be observing at the time of execution. So whenever you use any plugins, ready-made reporting also you will get into Maven. So all these facilities are available, but that's not available in Java project. Okay, that's the reason Maven project is the real-time thing which we are using. Means whatever script you will automate. Generally, organizations follow Maven project. They don't use plain Java project. Got it? Even though you are using IntelliJ, even though you are using Eclipse, but the project structure they generally create as a Maven. Okay, so we are learning Maven here. Now, those wanted to check local repository because see, this is your remote repository. MVN repository is the remote one, correct? All the required dependencies is a part of this particular site and which is provided by the Apache. But suppose if anybody wanted to check local, if anyone asks you, just come to your C drive. Inside C drive, you can just come to user. Okay, let me show you. Users. Open that user, and when you come to here, you can see you will get this folder, .m2 folder. When you open it, see there is a repository. Now, if you open it, you can see all the frameworks, whatever so far you have uploaded, right? Everything you will get it here. Now you can see I have created a base IT tech. So now you can see if I open it, I'm having this kind of projects, right? Even whatever current name I have given, automatically it is created here. Okay, so this is what your Maven project. I mean repository. So all the required file, whatever you attach in your project, you will able to see into this location. So it is called local repository, which is available in your local machine. Okay. Now you can see we are ready with the setup in Eclipse, right? That's it. This is what we need to do. Save it. And now guys, one more thing. Suppose you wanted to update your project, Maven project. You can right click on Maven project and there you will get one option. That's a Maven. Come to Maven and there is one more option available, update project. Just update your Maven Selenium and this is done. Okay, how to start writing code? Absolutely, you need to come to src test Java. As I told you, inside this, create your package, whatever package you want. Example, I'm writing com dot again web testing. And let me design my first test case just to launch a browser. Okay, let's say I'm designing a class. Okay, first test. And let me take a main function. It's like a Java only. We are creating simple class. We are creating main function. And let's start our session. So very first step is create a driver session. Okay. How to write? Everybody knows, right? WebDriver driver, it is equal to new and then Chrome driver. Correct? Now you need to import it. As I told you, WebDriver is a part of Selenium. Means it is an interface which is developed in Selenium. So you can import it from the same Selenium package. Read a package org.openqa.selenium. Now Selenium HQ, okay, they have updated to OpenQA and that's it. You can just import all the classes. So remember what type of scenario it is. Parent class reference and child class object. And we can call all the method of our parent. At this moment, if I save And if I just execute, you will able to see browser will launch. And now you will see how to automate any application within that particular browser. Correct? Now please have a look everyone. Now you can see my browser is open and it is Chrome is being controlled by automated test software. If you clearly observe, yesterday we got one log, correct? CDP version not found. And do you remember? Yesterday itself, Selenium internally downloaded the latest version which is I'm using in my current browser, right? So that's the reason currently, I mean today I'm not getting any log because now they found latest version only. So remember, Selenium is now become very smart. You don't need to provide any driver property. Okay, previous version, maybe you are aware. Somewhere we need to write system.get property. We need to attach our driver path. Correct? We need to download separately our driver. But because of the Selenium manager, now this task is automated. You don't need to attach any driver, any path, nothing. One line is enough to start your session. Okay. And now this is what my browser, which is open. Now, guys, yesterday we have observed that how we can simple start, right? Now, let me show you. If you really wanted to open any application, just take that driver reference. And when you click, when you apply dot operator, please have a look. These are the different WebDriver commands. This is technically method. You can call it as command. No problem. See, first command or first method I will be showing to you, that is get command. Get, and where we are passing some URL address. Return type of this method is void, means this method will not return anything to you. But guys, if I apply get, now just have a look how to pass any URL address. What is expected? You should write a full URL address. URL address should contain protocol, right? Means HTTPS, compulsory it is required. www that you can skip, that is okay. But your domain name should be proper. Example, I'm writing HTTPS, absolutely it's a string. So put double quote and inside double quote just write. Let's say HTTPS, suppose I'm writing full URL. It's like google.com. What will happen? Whatever URL address you have written within a same browser, Selenium code now, it will launch that application too. So if I save and if I execute, please have a look the result. Now I can see browser is open with this application Google. Can you see that? Everyone clear? So we are able to open Google application. Now let's understand some other basic command. So very first get command will help you to open that application. Now suppose I wanted to capture title of this application or title of this page, current page. First of all, how you will get to know any title for any page? Guys, see. Suppose if I open Google, right? Now tell me where you will get that information, where you can see title of Google page. Yes. Anywhere you are able to see on this browser? Yes. Anyone? Where you can see title of the Google. Can you just have a look when you open Google? Here in the tab, you can itself observe this is the title Google. Correct? How you will very sure about that? This is only title. Guys, there are ways. So this is the application developed by developer. Developer have maintained some code for this application. Every web application developed in HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Okay. So where you can check the source code of this particular page. If you just follow, right click anywhere on the page and you will get this option inspect. You need to open dev tool where you will see the code written for this particular page. Otherwise, another option, you can come to this option, view page source. When you click on view page source, this is the source code. But see how it is coming. It is in very, I mean, combined manner. So it is quite difficult to check the source code and title where it is mentioned. Better, if you just come to Google and if you just inspect, you will open this application code in a dev tool. See, if I just say inspect, this is the window where you can see element, console, all these dev tool options are there. Inside the element, you can see if you just scroll up, okay, and if you can just have a look head part, then inside the head, you can see title is written as a Google. Everyone clear? So there are two ways to observe the title. One, which you can see in the tab directly when you open that app. Second, When you inspect that particular application, in the element area, you can see the under head, you can see the title of that application. So whatever you can see, this is the HTML code, right? In HTML code, you can see inside the head, there is a title Google. But here in Selenium, I wanted to directly capture the title of current page. So we have one command, get title. Remember. So I'm writing get title command. So guys, let me show you. If you just write driver dot, okay, see, get title is a command whose return type is string. Means what I can do, I can access this get title method and I can declare string. What is this? Can I say actual title? Got it? So this is how I can store actual title. And how you can test it, how you can print it. Let's say I just wanted to print it. So let me write as a sysout statement and I'm just writing, okay, title is, and here I'm writing that actual title. Clear? Now you can see if I run, what is happening? It will again start your browser. It will again open that application and you will be able to see in the console title of your current application. Now you can see browser is launched. Application also open. If I close this, please have a look. Google title I can see in the console, which I have directly captured using command get title. So are you understanding Selenium scripting? How exactly we are writing our automation script in Selenium? This is how you need to start. Okay. So I have just shown you how to open any application and how to get the title. Guys, what if I wanted to compare this title? Okay, I have captured it, I have stored into variable, but I wanted to validate it. Because see, whenever you are writing any test case, without validation, there is no use of any test case. Got it? So what is my test case now? I wanted to, validate the title, that Google title or this application title should be Google. So basically, how we can put that validation point? Anybody? How we can validate any Google title? What I need to do here? I have captured actual title of the current application, right? So at the time of recording, whatever you record, that's the actual thing. Now I have some expectation. Okay, let's say validation means, let's say I'm expecting, okay, expected title. Let me write better. Expected title is Google. Okay, I wanted to confirm, is it really actual title and expected title are same? Now tell me how you will validate the same. What we have learned in programming, which we can apply here. Mhm. Generally, I'm just comparing two strings. Actual title, it is matching with expected or not. So we have learned control flow statements. Can I apply here conditional statement for validation? Yes, I can write in this manner, right? If actual title, now it's a string. Do you remember the rule? You can't apply operator on a string because operator will match the object ID. But whenever you are comparing two strings, we have a method. So if I want exact match, I can follow equals method. Correct? So I'm writing, okay, actual title, it is equals to expected title. If it is so, what I'm expecting, I should have a result. Let's say, okay, test case, or let's say title match better. Let me write title matched. And then I will say test pass. Clear now, everyone? This is what I'm writing. Else, I want this message in the console. Okay, let's say title not match, right? And then I will say test file, right? So I'm just writing test fail. Great. So guys, this is what our validation point. We are validating current title of the application. Is it really matching with the expected title, which is Google? Of course, if it is match, you will see the pass result. Let me run and please have a look. So this is how we are writing our automation logic. It's very simple. I can see application, I can see that browser. And now if you can see here in the console, you are getting both the message, title is Google and title match and test is pass. Clear everyone? How you will begin with the script part? So this is what we are writing in automation. All the Java concept, whatever you have learned so far, every point we are going to implement in this manner. Correct? So this is very general script. where we are just comparing title of Google application, right? But there are many things which we'll be learning in automation part. But before moving to automation, as I told you, few topics are left from Java, correct? Because in automation, we are interacting with real application. So generally, we are interacting with real object. So we need to understand now the very interesting topic, collection framework, because that is most important. And based on that, you will understand how you can interact with the web element. Currently on the web page, whatever you can see, let's say here you can see some links available. This is text or logo available. This is search box. This is button. Every element or every this UI part we called as a web element. How to interact with the web element? That's the point. And to interact with the web element, collection framework is very, very important to know. Okay, because see, these elements are group of object where you can store that group of object. Generally, we don't follow only single array. We learn only static data structure so far. But now for interview perspective and even for Selenium automation, you need to understand collection framework very well. Okay, then only you will understand the exact automation concept. But this is how general script you can try. Just I have covered two commands, get and get title. Remaining topics related to this WebDriver and all, okay, we will continue after collection, even after Java topics, that is exception handling. Okay. First of all, this point is clear how to write your automation script. Basic script only, okay, we have started today. So whatever the points is required under Selenium, that I will cover in the Selenium session. But this you can try. Just complete your setup and just try to write your application. Try to open any application, check the title, get the title and even compare the title. Okay, this is you can try. So this is all about Maven setup and Java setup. So both the projects and their repositories, everything is ready. Correct? Now what we are going to do, we will come back to Java and let's continue today with the collection framework. Right? So again, very interesting topic. Let me just create a new package. Com dot. I will just write week 5. Yeah. And this is all about collection framework. Now, what is this framework all about and why it is important? Because it is all about related to data structure. Okay. First point, let me introduce what exactly it is. Okay. So guys, please have a look. So far we discuss about only Java and one simple static framework or static data structure, which is array, right? As I told you, data structure is a way to represent a data, and we can represent data in any structure, right? Where we can store a data, where we can perform certain operations on that data. But so far we discuss only static. Static means it's all about array. Like in array, you can just create your a simple fixed size of array. An array can store any similar type of data. In fact, if you declare an array as an object type, you can store object type of array also. Correct? So array is always fixed in size and even fixed in type. Correct? So fixed in type, even fixed in size. So it is static array or static data structure. But in Java, we have dynamic data structure to understand, which is added in Java after JDK 1.5. Okay, so this was not previously available, but after JDK 1.5, now we have dynamic data structure in Java programming, and that is called collection framework. So basically, this is like a framework. Guys, when you talk about framework, it's kind of ready-made architecture, which have multiple classes, multiple interfaces. Everything is related. And you just need to understand those framework, those guidelines, where to apply and how to apply. So it is all about ready-made architecture, certain guidelines they have provided to you. And using these guidelines, you can write your code in a more effective way. Got it? So collection framework is very important topic. But let me help you what is collection framework. Guys, in array, we can store generally similar type of data. So I can say it is kind of homogeneous structure, right? But collection framework can be I will say it is only useful for what? To storing your object, not a primitive data. So I can say group of objects we can store inside this collection framework, not data. Okay, so it will not work with primitive. All the operation, whatever you perform on data, search, sort. Let's say you are doing something. Let's say we are any operation, whatever you are doing, right? On data, all the operations we are able to do on the collection means on that object. So we can search object, we can filter out that record, we can simple delete the object, right? Everything we can do on that object. So collection framework, it is all about group of objects where we can store, we can perform operation on that object. But technically, what is collection? So Java developers, they have designed collection as an interface. Okay, this is the interface. Under this interface, we have three child interface available. Okay, so one is list interface, another one is queue interface, and then third interface is all about set. So what we need in automation, we don't need all three. Remember, we need only list understand, okay, list interface to understand, and we need set interface to understand. Queue stack, generally we don't follow, right? That is not related to automation again. But inside collection, you will be getting three different child interface. Queue also interface. But under list, now we know the rule. If collection also interface, list also interface, then somewhere we need a child class who will implement the method, right? Whatever there inside that interface. And for list, we are having three child classes to study. One which is very, very popular, array list. So array list, then second is vector, and third, which is all about linked list. So what are these? I'll say these are the classes. Okay. So if any list you wanted to design, you will be using parent reference child object or child reference child object. Both are fine. Correct? Under set, we are covering three important interface again. I mean classes again. One is has set. We will be talking about tree set, and then there is a one more link has set. Okay. Again, these three are classes. So we need an automation to understand list interface very well along with set interface. And there is a one more interface required to know, which is map. Under map, again, there are many classes, but we are covering hash map, which is enough. So these classes, these interfaces will be learning. Map is not a part of collection, but it is separate interface available in Java. So for collection framework, we are learning list and set, and even we are learning map interface, which is available in Java. Okay. So this is what the basic concept, I mean hierarchy, which we are covering in the session. So let's start today along with this array list. What is array list and how we can use it? Guys, if anybody asks you general difference between array and collection, so what you can see, what is difference between array and collection? Hmm? First of all, array is a static data structure. Collection is a dynamic data structure. Okay. In array, we can store homogeneous data, right? Homogeneous data. But let me tell you, collection is for homogeneous as well as heterogeneous. Means same type, different type allowed. Okay, so heterogeneous data. In fact, data means here we store object. Remember, in array, you have fixed size, correct? Array always of fixed size. But collection is always growable in nature. Remember, size can be vary, depends on your requirement because it's dynamic, right? Even in array, just to capture length, array doesn't support any method, right? First of all, that is the rule. It doesn't support any method. But let me tell you, collection support multiple method. So method support is there. But to get the length, we have length property. Correct? We have only length property. But In collection, we have a method. So we have a size method to capture the length of that collection. Got it? So these are what some basic differences in between array and collection. And guys, array implemented in Java as an object, right? Array implemented as object. But remember, collection is interface. Clear? And it has some child interface also. So this is the main difference you can remember in between array and in between collection. Another famous interview question people will ask you, what is the difference between array and array list? So we are learning this array list today, right? Technically, array is implemented in Java as an object, but array list is implemented in Java as a class. Okay. This class who implement list interface. Got it? So this class implement list interface. All the other definitions and the differences are same. Like array is a static structure, array list is a dynamic, right? Remember, array doesn't based on any other data structure. It is itself static structure. But array list is based on dynamic array. Remember, whenever you are learning collection, you need to understand which algorithm or which data structure it is based on, right? So every class, every interface, it is based on certain data structure. So we are using array list for dynamic array. Remember. So array support, no method, right? There is no method support for array. But array list support multiple methods. Again, that's a common difference. Array is static, then array list is dynamic. It's a growable in nature, right? Size can be varied. And now let's talk about what is array list, how to use, how to declare, right? How you guys are going to create a dynamic array. So guys, concept is what? In array, we have learned that we can declare an array and it's a static structure. There are two ways to declare an array, new keyword and the literal way. Example, I'm writing in this manner, integer array. Let's say this is a single dimensional array and there I can store these three elements, correct? So currently size of array will be fixed. It is 3 only. And then if you wanted to add any extra element to the array, generally that is not possible. As per the size we can apply. And then whatever array you have declared, you can perform operation on that array. But when it comes to array list, as I told you, it is a class. How you can declare array list, how you can access any method of array list. Two scenarios are valid, right? Either you create parent reference child object. For array list, parent is list interface. Then I can write in this manner. List, let's say L1, okay? And then I will be writing here new, and then again I'm writing here object of child class, which is array list. But let me tell you, this array list declaration, it is actually not allowed in Java. Java says what is recommended nowadays, you can follow generic declaration. Generic means what type of element you are holding into that list that you can declare while writing that object. Means same statement I will be writing in this manner. List of, currently suppose I wanted to create list of integer. As I told you, collection is only related to object. We can't store any primitive data into collection. So if I want any integer type, I will be using here wrapper class. So I'm writing this manner. Integer. Okay, list of integer L1, it is equal to new. Then my constructor again array list. Again generic syntax and then constructor is completed. This is the way we can write and this is called generic representation for array list. Okay. Now what is this list all about? This state that you can now create a list which can hold only integer type of data. Remember. So I can store all the numbers, but those should be integer type. Clear? Second rule is what? We know we can create parent reference, child object, but yes, parent object not possible. And that's the reason we have second scenario to be covered, child reference and child object. You can create array list in this manner also. Array list, again generic syntax. Let's say L2, it is equal to new. Again, I can write array list, means child reference and child object. You can create. So this is what the declaration point. Array we declare in this manner, but list you are going to declare in this manner. Few key points to remember along with the list. Guys, whenever any list is there, okay, always remember every list interface having this common rule. All the classes, those are coming into list. They follow order collection. So list is completely order collection, means in the way you are inserting elements into list, in the same way you are able to return it. Means if I inserted 10, 20, 30, I will get in the same order 10, 20, 30 only. Got it? So it is a order collection. In fact, list allow duplication. Okay, allowed duplication. Means duplicate elements also if you wanted to store. That is possible in this list interface. Clear? So very first, how we can start and what are the key points to remember? Please have a look. I'm going to show you, let's say, first example on array list. So I'm just creating class, okay? This is array list. Remember, in Java, name is itself same, array list only. So don't write only array list, write something. Array list demo, array list example, then only you are able to create a class. So I'm writing array list demo, okay? Let me write demo 1 and I'm just creating main function. What the point are important to remember? Please have a look. Array list is class implement list interface. Okay, list interface. That is the first point. Okay. Array list is based on, okay, dynamic array. Means you can write in this manner, array list underlying data structure is better. Underlying data structure is dynamic array. Okay, remember, for dynamic array it is design. Array list is order collection. Duplication allowed. It is non-synchronized. Means at a time multiple process it can handle. Again, one more point. Um, default capacity. Default capacity for array list is 10. Okay, I'll show you what is this. So at least these points you should remember. Okay, it is order collection, duplication allowed, and it is non-synchronized. Default capacity of array list is 10. Now let's see how we can declare an array list. So guys, first of all, I'm showing you generic. When you have a generic declaration, there are two important usage of this. First is generic is always represent as a type safe. Means type safety is always there because one type of element you are able to store. And second part is no casting, type casting required. Okay, means conversion not required. Let me show you what is this, okay? Then only you will understand. No casting required. Okay, but suppose previously before generic, we were used to non-generic. Okay, let me help you what was non-generic. So let's understand the rule, okay? When you say it's a non-generic, means it is not a type safe. First of all, type not a type safe, better. So because any type of data you can store, and there is another rule, like we need somewhere to get the data, we need typecasting. So typecasting is required. Now let me show you this use case, what exactly it is. So guys, before generic representation, previously we follow non-generic, and that time we declare in this manner. Array list, okay, this is a ready-made class. Then I'm writing L1, let's say new, and I'm just writing constructor. Okay, just have a look, beauty of this particular rule. Okay, very first, all these classes we need to import, correct? This is you need to import from java.util package. So keep your mouse pointer and you can import it. See, got it? And now the best part is it support multiple method, guys. So how you will add your element to the list? We have a add method for that. Just use l1.add and let's say I'm adding 100 first. Okay, but as you can see, it is not a generic. Non-generic means you can store any type of object. Example, I'm adding L1 dot add. Let's say I'm writing my name. Okay. So you can see any information, any type you can add and you will not have any kind of issue. Okay. L1 dot, let's say add, I'm writing here, let's say some number. Okay. Already we have written an integer number. Let me write some float number or double number. Allowed. L1 dot add, I'm adding suppose something, let's say single character. Okay. Let me add P, single character. So I can add, right? So any type of data you can add into the list and even you can print it. We don't need iteration directly because here that object is holding that full list. So L1, if you are printing, no, it will hold that complete list. And that's the reason if I write L1 and if I just run this, you can see your list is ready. Got it? This is the list which is ready. But this is non-generic, and that you can see here any type of data we can store. That's the reason it is not a type safe. The first of limitation is what? If you create this way, this will be not considered as a safe list. Type safety is not there. Okay, let's see another problem. So you can see in the list as it is order collection, it is based on indexing. Everyone remember this point. As it is order collection is based on indexing. So tell me, we learn in Java indexing starts with 0, correct? So at 0th position, I'm having 100. That's a number, integer number, right? What I wanted to do, I wanted to store this number. Then I can write, okay, fine, list 1. Any value if you want from that list, you can use get method. Get and then you can pass index value. Okay, I wanted to pass 0th index. I know that what type of data is there at 0th index, which is an integer, right? Then I have to declare suppose it's like normal integer number. But here Java will not allow you. As this information is an object, Java says type mismatch, right? See, I'm getting what? It is all about that type mismatch. I cannot convert from object to integer. So here it is type mismatch problem I'm having. Then what I need to do, how I can convert it? Better I will just follow explicit casting. I need to convert this whole information into primitive and then only I can store into primitive number. And finally, you can print that number. Okay, absolutely at this moment, 100 only you are getting. But what we need typecasting whenever we fetch the data. And this is the problem with non-generic. So if I run this code, I can see the result without any error. But if you can see on each and every line, whenever I declare this non-generic way, I'm having some warning. Yellow color lines are there now. Now let's read. What is warning? Java is actually guiding you that array list is a raw type. Reference to generic type array list should be parameterized. Means Java is asking you this is older representation, whatever code you have written. Now we don't follow non-generic way. Now we follow generic way for representation of array list. Are you getting my point? Means this was the problem with the older array list. Every time you can store any type of information. That's the first issue. So it is not type safe. And second, if you wanted to fetch any similar primitive data, then in that case you need to require typecasting. But let's see what is generic way. Java recommends you the generic way, right? So let me write this error message also. This was the message I got, right? Array list is raw type and reference to generic type of array list. And better, I will write into again comment, multiple line comment. Okay, so this was the problem. But now let's see what is the generic type and how we can maintain type safety and all. So it says you need to declare your array list within this parenthesis. Okay, means have a look. I will be creating in this manner array list. Let's say AL. It is equal to new. Again, I'm writing array list, but we need to add a generic syntax, right? Means after array list, you can add angular bracket and there you can write what type of list it is. If you wanted to create any double type of data, double wrapper class you need to follow because array list is a collection and collection can only store object. We can't store primitive data here. Okay. So suppose I want integer type of data, I'll just write integer, not int int. Okay, this is a wrapper class. Then I have to write my constructor to array list constructor of same integer type. Got it? And this represent now, okay, the completely generic declaration for your list. Okay, so now you can see this is the main representation which you need to do. Means this will allow to hold only integer type of data, so it is type safe. Okay, now please have a look. How we can add the element? Using add method. And it is asking you please add integer object only. Okay, let me do one thing. I'm adding al dot add 100. See if I try to add any string type of data. Okay, ABCD. This is not allowed. Just have a look. I'm having error. Java says add the method add integer in the type of array list. It is not applicable for argument string. Means only one type of data, any number you can store into this list, but not any string, any character, any other type. Okay. So let me add. Let's say I'm adding some number again. Now see, let me add some other number. And as I told you, duplication also allowed, right? So let's add some duplicate value also. Example al dot add. Again, I'm adding 22. Yeah, duplicate number. And if I just try to print it, please have a look. List is ready with same type of elements. And this is what type save. Clear? So 100 and see the order. It is order collection. The way you insert the value, in the same way you are able to see the value. Even 2 time 22 I have, added. So it is allowed duplication. So you can see 22 is added 2 times. Okay. How come typecasting is not required for generic? Please understand. Again, you can see zeroth position data is 100, right? What I'll do, al dot get method, I'll say, please get the data which is available from that zeroth index. And at this moment, get is what? It is an integer type of object. Okay. Then I wanted to hold it as a normal integer number. But see, we don't need any typecasting. We can easily hold, and even I can directly store and print that number. So at this moment, if I run the code, you can see that number. So typecasting is not required. No need to convert any data. You can directly store object in the form of primitive, and typecasting is not required. Clear? So generally, which way we are going to follow to write our collection framework? It is completely generic. Means whatever classes you will be writing, all the classes should be part of generic technique only. This is the recommended way from Java. Okay, everyone, this is how you need to create. So this is what I have just created my list. There are many topics which we'll be learning. So from today, we have started collection framework. Now next 2-3 days, we will be discussing collection. I think till Friday, we will over this topic. And then we will start our automation concept. Okay, any questions so far? Points are clear? See, all these points are important to know, okay? Then only you will understand the automation part. So this is important. So today we just discuss what is array list and how we can write the syntax and how we can create the list. Now we will see tomorrow some extra scenarios related to array list, right? How we can perform operation, to list if you wanted to add, how you can add that, which method for that we can use. All these points you will get to know. Okay. Till the time, please do practice. So today we just discussed basic list, how to create and what is generic, non-generic. And we have discussed about the Maven setup, right? So try to complete both your Maven setup also and complete that. Try one test case at least to write in automation. And we will see exact automation, all the topics, okay, in a line properly. That is in the next session. Fine. Okay, till the time, any doubt, any question? I will push the code.
For Maven setup, like I was creating the project, and while creation, it is asking for arc type. So,
Okay. Can you share
which type
your
of,
screen?
yeah,
Today we need to create a simple, okay, not a archetype, but
yeah.
still you can share your screen. Let me check. Huh. So you are creating archetype project, right?
So if
Okay.
I go back,
Hmm. Generally, see, there are two ways. Let me show you on your machine, okay? When you come to Maven project, click on next,
hmm,
and then you can click the first option, create simple project. Okay,
Okay.
there are two projects we can create. So let me show you both now you on your machine. Okay. Second, use default workspace location. That should be checked only.
Okay.
Hmm. Then click on next. Write here some group ID, artifact ID. You can write same name. So you can write Selenium Maven anything. Yeah, same name you can write as a artifact ID. No problem at all. Yeah, don't give space. And then you can just click on finish. So this is the project which we have created. Okay, that's a simple Selenium Maven project. Now wait. No, I think it's your Selenium Maven, right?
Yeah.
You are using Office laptop.
No, no, it is not Office.
Okay. I can see in the console something is running. Can you just complete that process? What it is? Creating Maven archetype. Okay.
So this was the previous one which I created. This one.
Okay.
This got created, but for
But
now
that is
nothing.
just a Selenium. That's not, I mean, just a Java project. It is not
Right.
Maven project. Okay, maybe you can stop that process. Now you can see once you stop, your simple project is ready.
Right.
Okay. Now just kindly wait. It will just open or create all the folder structure. So we don't need SRC. We need this folder structure. Okay. Now you can see it is created.
Right. Right.
Do one thing. If you wanted to create with archetype, let me show you. Click on file. Again, Maven project. Come to project, Maven project. Now this time select third checkbox only. And then click on next. And just filter out here Maven. Okay, Maven. Then hyphen. Just write archetype. Okay. Archetype. Completely you need to write. Okay. You can see. CHETYPE.
CHETY.
Hmm. Yes, archetype. And you will see quick start. Can you see that there is already written last?
Yes.
Maven archetype quick start, right? And you can see there is a version 1.1. Kindly wait.
Right.
Can you just little bit scroll down? Just check it out. Any other version you are having? Maven archetype quick start.
No.
No, only 1.1 is showing.
Right.
Okay. Can you just write over there that entire command Maven archetype quick start and then check might be you will get something over there. Yeah. Oh, in your system it is just showing one. Okay, select that one and click on next. Okay, now wait. Whenever guys you will come on to this page, right? You can see there is a by default one checkbox is checked. Run archetype generation interactively. Very first step is uncheck that checkbox and then add group ID and artifact ID. Okay, now you can enter group ID. So maybe you can write this is for archetype. So Selenium archetype you can write or Maven archetype you can write. Yes, and same name you can add as a artifact ID. So we are going to create this archetype style project during framework. Okay.
Okay.
And now you can click on finish. So if anybody wanted to see the difference in both, right? Let me show you. Okay, let this run. Whenever it will finish the process, it will create.
Hmm.
I think it is ready, right?
Right.
Now do one thing. Just to check the difference. Can you open pom.xml file from the simple project? Okay. Yeah. Just have a look when you open simple project pom.xml file, you are just getting project structure. Got it? Everything manually you need to add. Dependency, your build, plugin, everything. But if you come to archetype project and just open pom.xml file, no, that's a simple one, right? And you are getting some error over there. I'll show you how to resolve that.
Yeah.
But very first open previous new project pom.xml. Everyone, you look at the screen.
The
In
archetype one,
this,
right?
in this pom.xml file, what we are getting few things are ready-made. You can see build, you can see properties, dependencies, all these things are already attached. So difference is only for architecture, even structure. Even here you can see only two folders you are getting, SRC main Java, SRC test Java. But in simple project, there are four structures, four folder structures we are getting. So archetype having some ready-made things, but if you create a simple project, that is also fine and you can continue your testing. Now, if anybody have this kind of error, right, how to resolve it? Come to pom.xml file and keep that mouse pointer on that red color line and read what is given. See, it says that element find declaration element and project and downloading external resources disable. Means some Java resources disable here. So what to do? Just one step. Click on window. This Eclipse window.
Hmm.
There is option behind help. Can you see that on the top? Click on window option. Yes. Inside window, you will get preferences. Can you see last option? Correct. Come to Maven. Left hand side Maven is there. Huh. There you can see fourth number checkbox. Download artifact Java doc. Apply and apply and close. That's it. You can see error gone. Right? So this is how you can just set up your Maven project and you are ready to write your automation script. Okay, now you can save it and that is done. Okay, great. So,
Yeah, got it now.
okay. So let's stop the session for today and we will continue remaining topics from tomorrow. Yeah.
Thank
Bye
you.
everyone. Take care. Thank you. Have a nice day.